English translation: friendly, easy to listen to, easy to understand, while keeping the original meaning and content. Reading story. Bac Kim Thang. Long, long ago, in a small countryside village, there were two close friends who made a living by trading. One of them went out at night with a lamp to catch frogs, while the other sold lamp oil early in the morning. Their houses were built on a small river islet, separated from the village. To get to the market, they had to cross a narrow and shaky monkey bridge over the river. Because they lived so isolated, the two men became very close friends. Once, the frog catcher's elderly mother fell seriously ill. He had no money for medicine, and she passed away. Seeing his friend in deep sorrow, the oil seller paid for the funeral without asking for anything in return. From that moment on, the frog catcher treasured their friendship even more. One night, while working in the fields, the frog catcher heard pitiful cries coming from a trap. Curious, he opened it and found two birds, a teal, lila, and a bittern, bim bip, trapped inside. They had been fighting over food and accidentally fell into the trap. The two birds begged him to set them free and promised to repay his kindness. Being kind-hearted, the frog catcher released them. A few days later, the two birds flew to the frog catcher's house to warn him of a coming disaster. They told him they had overheard two river spirits planning to drag both the oil seller and the frog catcher into the water to take their lives, so the spirits could be reborn. These spirits had only 7 days left. If they failed to find replacements, their souls would disappear forever. They could only strike at dawn, when the oil seller went to the market and when the frog catcher returned home, because once the sun rose, their powers would vanish. The frog catcher immediately told his friend and advised him to stay home for a week. But the oil seller did not believe him, saying ghosts and spirits were just superstition. Following the bird's advice, the frog catcher made excuses, first saying it was the memorial day for his mother, then later inviting the oil seller over to thank him. Each time, he prepared food and drinks, making his friend so drunk that he couldn't go to the market in the morning. On the final day of the 7-day deadline, the frog catcher, exhausted from days of drinking, overslept. The oil seller suddenly woke up early, realized he hadn't gone to the market for several days, and rushed out with his goods. In his hurry, while crossing the slippery monkey bridge, made even more dangerous by the river spirit's magic, he slipped, fell into the river, and drowned. The frog catcher was heartbroken. Still afraid of the spirits, he waited until the next day to retrieve his friend's body and hold the funeral. Seeing their benefactor grieving, the teal and the bittern flew over and cried loudly, their calls sounding like funeral drums and horns, mourning the innocent man who had died unfairly. After hearing this folktale, people finally understand why the last 4 lines of the children's rhyme Bac Kim Thang, say, the oil seller crossed the bridge and fell. The frog catcher stayed behind. Why so still? The teal beats drums and blows the horn, The bittern plays the flute, mourning the gone. These lines retell the folktale, honoring deep friendship and the belief that kindness will be repaid. Lessons from the story. True and sincere friendship. The friendship between the oil seller and the frog catcher was genuine. The frog catcher was willing to sacrifice his own safety to protect his friend, showing loyalty and deep appreciation for true friendship. Kindness and gratitude. By freeing the teal and the bittern, the frog catcher showed compassion toward living creatures. In return, the birds warned him of danger, reminding us of the old belief, kindness will always be repaid. Trust and caution. Because the oil seller ignored warnings and refused to believe in unseen dangers, he sadly lost his life. The story teaches us to listen carefully to advice, especially when it comes from people who truly care about us. Respect for traditional values. Bac Kim Thang highlights the importance of preserving traditional culture. Through folktales and folk rhymes, valuable life lessons are passed down from generation to generation, connecting stories with traditional art and wisdom.